Welcome to Islamic Finance for everyone.
Assalamu alaikum 𝑤𝒏𝒂 everyone. Welcome back to my series on Riba, interest or usury, here on Islamic Finance for everyone. In the previous video, we explored the foundations of how Islamic law approaches Riba. Today, in this third video of the series, we dive into a very important question. Why is interest prohibited in Islam? And as we'll see, the reasons are deep, moral, economic, and spiritual. And they come not only from Muslim scholars, but even from Western economists and philosophers.
The prohibition of interest isn't arbitrary. It is rooted in the Quran, supported by the Sunnah, and reaffirmed by centuries of scholars, Muslim and non-Muslim alike.
Let's begin with something surprising. The criticism of interest is not exclusive to Muslim thinkers.
Contemporary scholars like Muhammad el-Gamal argue that one reason for banning interest is the potentially addictive nature of borrowing and living beyond one's means. This aligns with modern research showing how debt often becomes a cycle, not a solution. Maududi, in his commentary on the Quran, Tafhim al-Quran, Towards Understanding the Quran, says, the question, however, remains, which rational principle, which logic, which canon of justice and which sound economic principle can justify that those who spend their time, energy, capacity and resources, and whose effort and skill make a business thrive, are not guaranteed profit at any fixed rate, whereas those who merely lend out their funds are fully secured against all risks of loss and are guaranteed profit at a fixed rate?
Most scholars agree on 5 core reasons why interest is prohibited. These reasons come straight from the Qur'anic guidance.
Why does a simple financial transaction, charging interest, carry such a weighty prohibition in Islamic teachings? The wisdom flows directly from the Quran, echoing across centuries with enduring relevance. Interest, or riba, is forbidden not merely as a legal directive, but as a shield for society's well-being. Consider a society built on interest. Surah Ar-Rum reminds us that riba sows corruption, unsettling the social balance, and introducing fractures into families and communities. Imagine a system where prosperity comes only to a few, while the many bear heavier burdens with each passing day. This is not just economic policy, it's a blueprint for social disorder. Surah Al-Baqarah unveils how riba leads to destruction, warning of economic collapse when gains are wrung from the neediest. Money itself is stripped of its blessing, and trust between people withers. Over time, this decay is not just financial, but spiritual. Repeated in Surah Al-Baqarah again, riba belittles the human soul. Those who engage in it lose touch with empathy and dignity. Lending becomes a tool for dominance, not compassion, undermining the very purpose of wealth as a blessing for all. Turning to Surah An-Nisa, we see riba's role in economic injustice. Wealth multiplies for the lender, but the borrower's hardships spiral. This isn't just a numbers game. It's a distortion of justice itself. And ultimately, as the Quran pronounces in Surah Al-Baqarah, riba is a form of zulm, oppression. Wherever oppression roots itself, true prosperity, harmony, and divine mercy drain away. By rejecting riba, Islamic wisdom steers us toward a society grounded in fairness, dignity, and mutual respect, a lasting balance, where every act of giving is a step closer to justice.
Surprisingly, the Quran connects interest with disorder on earth. In Surah Al-Rum, 30:37-41, after mentioning interest in a negative context, Allah speaks of corruption appearing on land and sea due to what people have earned.
Why? Because interest is unproductive. It does not create the new value, does not contribute to social wealth, and encourages exploitation rather than real economic growth.
Allah says, Allah destroys interest and gives increase for charity. The Arabic word mak means continuous diminishing, erasing, wiping away.
This means interest doesn't build economies in the long run. It eats them from inside.
Those who consume interest cannot stand except as one who is being beaten by Satan into insanity.
This verse reflects psychological and spiritual instability. Ibn Abbas explains that people who practice interest live with anxiety, a constant fear of losing money. Borrowers fear not repaying. Lenders fear not maximizing the profit. Both sides lose balance.
The Quran directly links interest with akl al-mal bil batil, eating people's wealth unjustly.
Scholars like Iqbal and Miraghor emphasize that the interest becomes an instant property, right claim. The lender earns before the borrower even uses the money.
But if you repent, you may have your principal, thus you do no wrong, nor are you wronged.
This verse is direct declaration. Anything about the principle is injustice. Islam guarantees the fairness, equality between people, and interest destroys that balance.
Ibn Rushd stated that Sharia prohibits interest to prevent cheating and to ensure equivalence in transactions.
He argued that the real justice in exchange comes from the proportionate value, something interest disrupts.
According to 𝐻𝒐𝒻, interest-based systems contribute to recurring financial crises due to inadequate market discipline.
He proposes risk sharing, a key principle of Islamic finance, to restore stability. In short, interest is prohibited because it corrupts society, destroys economic stability, damages human dignity, exploits wealth, and represents injustice. These aren't abstract ideas. They are realities we see today. If you found this helpful, please support this channel. Like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe for more Islamic finance content, and follow me on all social media platforms for updates and upcoming videos. Your support helps this knowledge reach more people. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your network. Let's spread the word about ethical and inclusive finance. Follow us on social media platform for more insights into Islamic finance.